Hello, everybody. To give you a little bit of a brief about myself, I run a logistics company called Synchronized. So I have a different perspective on the entire supply chain and not just the happenings within a factory. In this context, I think I should start with introduction to the company and to what we do. And then subsequently, I will go ahead and reach out to the topic points that we have. So basically, Synchronized is a third-party logistics service provider. We are an Indian company which is focused on technology, and we actually provide logistics services. In simple terms, we provide trucking and warehousing, and these are the two services that we provide. Our company's prime focuses on technology. We're a large company. We're working with about 400 people. We have a turnover of about 100 crores, and we have 200 of our own trucks. Right to the topic of the day. How does one respond quickly to changing customer demands? A typical supply chain, like it is in front of you right now, where you could be importing goods or you could have a supplier in one part of the country providing goods to a factory, and then subsequently the factory manufacturing your goods, then it moving to a national distribution center, then a city distribution center, and finally to your customers. So how does one really respond to quick demand changes, where we may have a retail customer deciding that he doesn't want to purchase item A, instead he wants to purchase item B. The simplest solution, of course, is to have whatever you manufacture in as large as quantities available right next to the retail customer's point of shopping. But that is not possible, and it's a highly inefficient way of operating. The key goal that all manufacturers and all traders require is that they want their products to be as close to the customer and available as freely to the customer. However, they don't want to be storing endless amounts of inventory. And that is where the trick lies. One can service their customers faster in two possible ways. First aspect of the matter is where the physical velocity of the goods can be quickened, shortened. So for example, if there is the lead times between the port supplier to the factory to the distribution centers, and then subsequently to the retail consumers, this can all be shortened by a significant amount of time. This is the one physical aspect of it. So the second parameter that I'd be looking at is logistics technology requirements and end-to-end solutions. Now, while there is technology that is being developed across the country, which is allowing a company A, for example, to have complete information about its goods, what is happening is that there is a problem because of a technology mismatch between what a manufacturer has and what the trucking company that it operates with, or what the warehousing company that it operates with has. And there is a big mismatch in terms of the availability of information throughout the supply chain. So to give you a small example, if there is a manufacturer that has a product in a certain warehouse and that product needs to move to a customer, the manufacturer may have the information, the warehouse may have a terminal which has the information, but unless that information gets passed on to the key operators inside the warehouse instantaneously, then there is a lag gets created in a supply chain. So while companies have now gone ahead and adopted technology platforms which are now giving them information across their own network, however, they don't have service providers who are currently integrated with their technology along with manufacturers' technology. And this results in huge gaps, huge delays, and huge delays in terms of response to the customer's needs. In this context, what we recommend, or what we actually see the future as, is certain scenarios where different companies across a supply chain, for example, a trucking company or a warehousing company, a manufacturer, a CHA agent, and the end retailer will all have integrated technology, which will then allow them to share information seamlessly. And when this information is shared seamlessly, what it will allow is an end-to-end visibility of product within that supply chain, and it will also allow a very quick supply chain response to a customer's needs. So in this context, what actually starts happening in the future will be that if we go online and we order, for example, product A, and as soon as the payment for that product A is cleared, the order will start getting picked in a warehouse, wherever it may be in the country or in the world, the very next minute. And the person in the warehouse of that company or of the supply chain will immediately get a response on an immediate basis. And what happens then? That as soon as the order is picked and it is shipped. Therefore, the response times to a customer get much shorter. And this is actually already happening in the e-commerce space, and companies such as Amazon and companies such as Flipkart, which have complete control over their supply chains and the information systems that run in their supply chains, they are already enjoying this advantage. However, those are the only companies that are currently enjoying these advantages because they control the entire supply chain. But for other companies and manufacturers which don't control the entire supply chain, there is a big gap in between when a customer places an order and between the time that it gets picked, and therefore there is a delay in that period. Our focus as a company and our understanding of the future is that in the future we're going to have network supply chains where all systems will be speaking to each other, all companies' technologies will be speaking to each other, and therefore customers will have a seamless experience and across any supply chain that they work with. We will further come down to what is the efficiency that a manufacturer can get within their plant. So what typically happens is a manufacturer is excellent at producing some goods, and they have the greatest production mechanisms, they have the greatest technology that is going into the development of that goods or those products, and they are excellent at manufacturing at a very good cost of those goods. However, within a plant, there are many other processes that are still going on. So for example, there is the goods which have to be unloaded, and they have the raw materials which have to be unloaded and received. And then subsequently, the finished goods have to be packed and dispatched. Now, these are not key focus areas of a manufacturer. A manufacturer is excellent at manufacturing of goods. However, these are actually logistics processes, and companies should ideally be outsourcing these processes, even though they may fall within a plant. However, companies refrain from doing this because they are not very comfortable working with technology systems of other companies within their plant premises. They're not happy working with two systems in a single plant. So companies make a decision sometimes not to outsource processes which they are not experts at, but they still tend to not outsource these processes because of the inconvenience that multiple systems bring with it. This is a process that we feel that needs to be changed. We understand that going forward, as and when there is enough trust in the system for customers and service providers to be sharing data, companies will outsource even the warehouses within their plants. And when they start doing that, that is where the real efficiencies of service providers will start coming in, where a service provider who's excellent at the logistics functions of unloading, storing, dispatching, keeping inventory, will be in control of in-factory warehouses, and customers who are excellent at manufacturing, they will be able to manufacture their goods seamlessly and not worry about any of the other logistics processes around that plant. At the same time, there will be a solution where systems will be speaking on an integrated manner, where customers will be speaking directly, customer systems will be speaking directly to the service provider systems, and this will be done through APIs. And this is what the future holds, where everybody focuses on only what they are experts at, and then subsequently everything else gets outsourced. And this is a future that we think is going to bring in innumerable number of efficiencies in terms of supply chain productivity, in terms of customer response, and in terms of streamlining the whole supply chain as a whole. As a company, what we are focusing on is we understand that the future is technology, and we recognize that the future is going to be technology which is going to be integrated throughout the supply chain. And it doesn't mean that as a company, any one company will hold the technology. It is going to be all interspaced with everybody else, and they will be constantly speaking to each other. And our understanding is that this cannot be done easily, but it can be done if technology is proprietary, if technology is built on the ground level, which is easy and it is convenient to use. So as a company, our perspective and our understanding is that we see the future as a technology-driven future where seamless information movement has to be there throughout a supply chain, and that through our own in-house products and through our own in-house technology. As a matter of fact, we actually feel that the physical supply chain will not hold as much importance as the electronic supply chain, and that is what we are working towards.